The lights were dim. Cameras were still rolling, even though everyone thought the scene was over. But what came next would change everything. Kody Brown leaned back in his chair, exhaled deeply, and whispered something that left producers stunned. "If there's no wow factor, then what's the point?" Those 8 words, caught by a hidden mic, would set the Sister Wives fandom on fire. Welcome, dear listeners, to a story of ego, confession, and consequence, a story that took place behind the cameras, but echoed louder than anything ever aired. It all began during what was meant to be a private break on set. Kody had been filming a tense discussion with Robyn. The topic: intimacy. Not emotional intimacy, but physical, and the unspoken expectations that had followed him since his plural marriage began. Crew members later said that the tension in the air was thick enough to slice. Meri had already left the building earlier that day, frustrated after yet another cold exchange with Kody. And Janelle, she was silent, observing, withdrawn, and perhaps waiting for the storm to pass. But when the cameras kept rolling, Kody didn't know he was still being recorded. That's when it happened. He sighed, and said under his breath, "It's not about love anymore. It's about the wow. I need that wow factor again." Within hours, whispers began spreading through the crew. Someone had heard Kody's comment, and by the next day, an anonymous leak had reached fan forums. Screenshots, audio snippets, transcripts. It didn't take long before the world of Sister Wives exploded. Fans were furious. How could a man who had preached family values, loyalty, and spiritual unity, suddenly reduce intimacy to a wow factor? Twitter, or X, as it's now called, went wild. Comments flooded in. So it was never about love. Poor Meri and Janelle, they deserved better. Robyn must be questioning everything now. For the first time in years, viewers weren't just watching drama, they were dissecting a man's private confession, word by word. Robyn Brown had always been the one wife who stayed by Kody's side. Through divorces, family splits, and endless criticism, she remained his defender. But after the wow factor confession surfaced, even Robyn went quiet. In a later interview, her words trembled. "When you marry someone in faith, you expect them to see more than the outside," she said softly. But hearing those words, it hurt. Fans noticed the shift immediately. The once unshakable couple now seemed fragile, uncertain. Their home life became the new battleground for public scrutiny. Meri Brown's response was subtle, but powerful. She didn't post an angry video or go live on Instagram. Instead, she shared a single quote to her followers. "Some people crave attention. Others crave respect. Know the difference." That one post went viral within hours. Fans connected the dots instantly. She was talking about Kody. In later episodes, her demeanor had changed. Gone was the woman waiting for affection or validation. In her place stood someone ready to walk away, strong, self-aware, and unapologetic. Behind the scenes, insiders revealed that Meri had already distanced herself emotionally long before this confession. But hearing it confirmed publicly was, in her words, the final push. Janelle, ever the rational one, spoke with calm honesty. "We've all been through enough. At some point, it's not about shocking confessions or headlines. It's about peace." That line resonated with fans. She had endured years of imbalance, always trying to keep harmony among the wives. But the truth was clear, there was no harmony left to save. The "wow factor" statement had not just hurt feelings, it had ended illusions. The man they had once followed as a spiritual leader now seemed obsessed with surface-level attraction, a confession that shattered the foundation of plural love. Social media didn't hold back. Memes, reaction videos, TikTok parodies, the confession became digital wildfire. Fan pages compared Kody's words with past interviews, where he'd claimed that marriage was about eternal connection, not passion. One viral comment read, "So eternal connection only lasts until the wow fades." Critics accused Kody of hypocrisy. Supporters, few as they were, said he was being honest. But honesty without empathy, they argued, is just cruelty wrapped in truth. And amid the chaos, TLC's producers faced a dilemma. Should they air the unedited confession in the next episode, or keep it hidden? The answer, as fans would soon discover, was more dramatic than anyone imagined. Weeks later, the tell-all special aired. The host brought up the leaked comment, asking Kody point-blank, "Did you really say you need a wow factor to be with someone?" Kody didn't deny it. He simply smiled, a mix of defiance and exhaustion. "I said what I felt. I'm human. I want connection, excitement. If that's wrong, then maybe I'm not who people thought I was." That moment, unapologetic, raw, and eerily self-aware, sealed his fate in the eyes of fans. To some, he was finally being truthful. To most, he was exposing a truth that had always been hiding beneath his confident smile. Every confession comes with a price. For Kody Brown, that price was trust, from his wives, his fans, and perhaps, even himself. The cameras might have caught his words, but the world caught his heart, and judged it. In the world of sister wives, truth is never simple. It's layered, emotional, and sometimes, brutally human. So as the credits roll, one question remains. Was Kody being honest, or was he just saying out loud what he was never brave enough to admit before? Because sometimes, the quietest confessions echo the loudest.